I don't know if it's because of my social circle, but I meet a lot of people who are, let's say, professionally, they're very successful. But then you talk to them a little bit deeper, and you find out that there's always the table has 4, 5, 6 legs, and there's one that is a little bit, not super. Yeah. So
not so strong, or
yeah.
there is something.
Yeah, maybe it's the society, or maybe it's the times we live in. But a lot of people are just struggling a little bit, financial pressure, family pressure. But yeah.
But maybe it's also because of your personality, people open up. So maybe other people, they don't want to show, or they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But if you establish a certain confidence and openness, I think then people also can say, here I feel not strong and I have to do something.
Yeah. I mean, it's also difficult times, especially because maybe outside China people don't know, but the pressure that the people feel here is a little bit different, I would say. Social pressure, family pressure, it's a little bit different because my friends back in Spain, I think I get the feeling they don't have this kind of worries, concern.
Yeah, I see my colleagues, many of them, both parents work, and then they have one child. And this child is occupying a lot of their energy and time. So on the weekends, normally I ask, what are you planning? And they say, I have to bring my son or my daughter, to play piano, and then to do this, and then to do that. And so I think they offer so many opportunities to their kids, which I like and which I wish in the West they also would do that more to a higher extent. But sometimes I think it's maybe a little bit too much pressure for the kid, but also for the parents.
You mean from the education point of view in here that there's too many things they have to learn?
Yeah, education, but also family. Sometimes I see that parents, they give the kids in a very early age, already to a school, and they don't see them the whole week.
Yeah, they're working.
They're working, but they also stay overnight, and only on the weekend they see. And I think each other, and I think this is, I wouldn't like that. When we were traveling around, we have 2 children, and they were always with us until they were, now they're grown up and do their own stuff. But until they really were grown up, and that was important for all of us to stick together.
Yeah.
I don't want other people to educate my children.
Everybody's just so busy trying to, give the best to the children. They want them to learn all the skills, but let's be honest, I don't think it's the right approach. If we could choose, a couple of just 1 or 2 skills that you would recommend people they can learn nowadays, for the society, for the future market, which kind of skills would you recommend they can learn?
For the future market?
Yeah.
The question is it for a business purpose? I think what is important for children today is not to get sucked into this metaverse, social media, and all that. You need to learn to meditate sometimes and to shut these these channels off also for a while, and not to overdo it. And this is something more for your own health. So to develop consciously also another side of yourself, whatever that may be. If you like music, or if you like sports, or just be with friends, just play games, or do something exciting and adventure in life, in real life. So I think that is definitely an important thing for the professional development. I know many people, they want to go in the IT world.
Okay.
And I think it's a very hot market. But what I observe is that people that start early 20s, when they reach the mid-30s or so, they're already at a point where the market is not interested in them anymore. And your experience doesn't build up to be really helpful. And that's, for example, different in the aviation world. Here, the experience counts a lot. So if you're in your mid-30s and you have all your licenses and all that, and then I think this is good for your future, because you know how to maintain this aircraft. So I think that normal skills also, to repair things or to build things will become more important again. You can do your own, you can build your own small business and provide these services, and you have always something that, to earn money and to earn a living with. Yeah.
So entrepreneurship based on your own passions, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So, like, would you encourage, I don't know, nowadays generation to start their own business more than before, or?
I think it was always a good time to start your own business. But now, if you see the manufacturing, automation and robotics, and so that is a pretty big hurdle. But on the service industry, I think there are a lot of opportunities. And to start your own business, I think, especially if you're young, is something that will help you a lot in life.
Yeah. Nowadays you have all the resources, all the tools on internet. You don't know how to do something, just go on YouTube and you learn it.
Exactly.
Back then I don't think you had these resources. You go to the library and look for the Atlas Wikipedia.
But there were also opportunities, of course. A lot of the companies which are big today, they started maybe in the 80s or something like Microsoft or so. And or Apple also, the big shots now. Who knows who are the big companies that are starting now that will be big in 20 years from now. But it's not only about becoming big. I think it's about having a purpose, having a mission, doing something you enjoy to do, that gives you a purpose. So I think that's important. If you only have a job for money or because you have to do something, that's not enough.
Yeah, I think a lot of the people who say the midlife crisis or the 40s crisis, sometimes they come from that because they're doing something that they have been doing for the last 10 years. They are making money. Sometimes they don't know why they wake up. Like, why should I get to work?
Some also, this is typically when you realize also, you put all the energy in your career, and then you are stuck somewhere in middle management, which is very difficult. You get the pressure from the top, but you also get the pressure from the people that you have to lead. And in Europe we say, rule of thumb, if you are 40, you get promoted one more time. So you can already say, look, if I'm a department manager, maybe I can become a director or something like this. But then that is more or less the arena for me.
Is there some way to, to live in a better way when you are stuck in the middle? Pressure from above, pressure from your team. Like, if you're happy there, then perfect. But if someone wants to go from mid-level management to director or GM or CEO, what would you say? What would you say to them?
Yeah, it's, in my case, I had a big responsibility in Germany, already a department with more than 1,000 people. And if I would have stayed there, I could maybe make the next step or something. But I was ready to take a CEO position for a small company in the US. So I had to go outside of Germany again, leave my home.
Comfort zone.
Leave your comfort zone, and then also, be flexible for these opportunities. And and the new company only had 150 people. So that was already a company, but still you could know everybody. You had all the whole organism was there. And I enjoyed doing that. And once you made that step, then you're on a different track.
It's a tough situation, I guess. Like, you have to choose between being a mid-level management in a huge company or being the CEO in a smaller company. What factors determine the way you make these decisions? Are they based on what?
Maybe it's also a natural attitude. If what you feel comfortable with. And there is always a balance, as you say, if you stay in your comfort zone, if this is, and you're also investing, and now I can get that promotion if I do it 3 more years, and then you fight for 3 more years, and then maybe the promotion is again 1 year out or 2 years out, so the banana is moving. People say, but I invested already so much, I give up now. So I think this is the danger that you don't have this distance sometimes to see yourself on stage and make a decision and say, I take the risk and I make a move now. So it's sometimes a risk. Also, when I went the first time to Beijing in '94, I was in charge for the VIP conversion of aircraft, so for private aircraft. So like for the head of Qatar, States, head of States, really top notch. And I had done it for the German government and Kuwait and Qatar, the customers. And then my boss, he went to Beijing and he said I should come with him. But I just had to build a house in Hamburg, my kids were just in school and I just had this really cool job.
Yeah.
Everybody thought, that's the coolest job you can get. But I thought, I have done it already 3 or 4 years. Maybe I will do it another 5 years or 10 years. But now I have the chance to go to China. And '94.
It's a totally
total different place. China was like in the moon, It was so unknown and so exciting for us. And as I said, fortunately my wife also was willing, and the kids, I took them out of school and we went to Beijing at that time.
No regrets?
No regrets. If you make decision, as a leader, how you make a decision. Normally there are 3 ways to make a decision. The first one is you use your head. You base on facts. You listen to opinions. You look at your options. And then you make the decision. But very often, especially in these times, you don't have all the facts. You have volatility, you have uncertainty.
The VUCA environment.
VUCA environment, exactly. So what are you doing then? Then you have to use your stomach, you have to use your gut. You have to make a decision and you look at the facts and the options as far as they're available, but you don't know what will happen. There are so, other factors. So you can use your guts. And in some situation, you have to use your heart. This is when a decision is emotional. So it's not rational. Your gut maybe even tell you don't do it.
You do it anyway.
But you do it anyway because you have your own values, and you want to look in the mirror every day, and then you say, look, whatever happens, maybe it's the wrong thing to do, but that's me, and this is why I do it. And then, then you have to do it. For example, when you find your partner also, so you have to make an emotional decision sometimes. And how did we get to that point?
Because I was asking, like, when you made this decision as a leader, and you were combining your guts, your intuition, your heart, but rationally also.
Also in life.
In life as well.
So maybe your head says, oh, I should do this and this and this is my career, but your gut say, I'm not happy. Every morning I go to work, and I'm standing in line and I don't like what I do or so. So at one point, you should make a decision and say, okay, what part do you like and what you don't like?
Risk aversion, because your mind is telling you, hey, this is stable, it's paying you a lot, give you good position, good connection. But the other one, you love it. How can you convince your mother that you love being an artist when you have this opportunity?
Your mother will love you. You don't try to convince her with arguments.
You never win.
You never win, but she will always love you, and if she sees that you are happy, and if this is really your profession and your destination, you will be a good artist. At least you will be a happy artist.
Were you ever in that position where your children ask you, hey, I would like to do this because it's the right way, but I also want the other way?
Yes, I have this situation. One of my best experiences was when my daughter had to go for an interview to the university, and she said she wanted to go in England. She wanted to go with me. She wanted me to go with her. And the interview was on a Tuesday, and we left Switzerland. We were living in Switzerland at that time on Friday evening. And then the whole Saturday and Sunday and Monday, we were talking about what do you think they will ask in that interview. And then I said, for example, why do you want to study that? Yeah, and then what should I answer? You know, and then you said you have to find out why you want it. What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? You know, do you like to work with people or you don't like to work with people? Yeah, so do you like to work in a research environment or do you like to work in a business environment? You know, what gets you going in the morning? Yeah, and if you don't know what you want, then maybe you start to think about what you do not want. You exclude things, until only some options are left, and then you look at these closer. So we had a great talk and a great walk through London and everything. And, you know, it was, you know, the kids asked me, and also next Sunday we have a call again. She told me already.
What did she choose in the end?
I'm happy that they still ask me.
What did she choose in the end after that talk with you?
She made the interview. I think she came over very authentic. Not because she learned some answers by heart, or, you know, I think because she really knew what she wanted at that point.
But she needed someone to ask the key question, because you took a coaching approach. You didn't tell her what to do, you asked her, what do you want? And then she had to, you told her to
find
think.
It in yourself, you go with several levels down.
Yeah.
I was not consciously doing it as a coach.
Psychology.
Father.
Back then you were already a psychologist. Yeah. All right. So just a final question. Any message you would like to send to the youngsters listening to us?
Yeah, to the youngsters. We talked already about the balance.
Yeah.
I think this balance is really important. I also learned something early in my career that I started in the Air Force. And if you have something you want to complain about, there's a rule. You have to sleep one night before you can complain.
Okay.
So if you go and you say, look, I have a complaint about this and this, it has to happen the day before. And then you sleep over things and you get a different perspective. And when I was here, you know, in this environment with the state-owned enterprise, you know, sometimes I feel bad, but the reason was my ego. Yeah, I didn't understand why certain things would not happen. You know, why nobody would follow my logic in some areas. Yeah, but I think it's important to not to come to conclusions too fast, not to take yourself too important. You know, if your feelings is hurt, don't make a big fuss about it. You know, it's your ego which is maybe standing in your way. So sleep over it one night, look at it again the next day, and then if it is really a problem, okay, then also take action about it. Yeah, but not act too spontaneously, you know, just because you're angry with something.
So like, don't make promises when you are too happy, don't talk when you're too angry.
If it's important,
yeah.
Yeah. So, and the balance is definitely something important in life, yeah. So, the fast life, you know, it's, balance means also realize that you will be in your 30s and 40s quicker than you think, and you don't want to be in that midlife crisis situation, in that trap.
Yeah.
So if you always connect with yourself, with your spiritual self, you know, that is a good protection. You always will have a compass, you will have a North Star that can give you guidance in whatever situation you are. And then don't be afraid to start your own business. Don't be afraid to make a big decision if you're really feeling this is not leading me to my North Star.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Norbert. That was really interesting. Thanks a lot.
It was a very quick talk.
That was really quick talk.